what happened inside an ice cream factory. And we need to start with some pills of history. And, well, we need to say that, according to some history, Greeks, Roman, and Jews used a kind of ice cream during the beginning of the history of the humanity because they were well known for made wine. And during the winter, they add frozen fruits and some creamy to create a kind of dessert. Then, in the first century of our era, Emperor Nero was very graver, and he sent his.
He was what?
He, when you have a crave.
Oh, he had a craving?
Yeah. And he sent his messengers to the top of the mountain to collect snow, and then during the kitchen in the palace, they prepared for the Emperor Nero kind of frozen desserts and just fruit and honey. And this is the beginning of something the most beginner about the actual ice cream that we know today. But then Marco Polo in the 13th century go to Europe and bring to Europeans the most accurate ice cream as we know today. And because of Marco Polo, Italians created the gelato, which was the first ice cream in the world. But for this time exist some limitations. No refrigeration, and it was time consuming because you need to do it with snow or with frozen fruits during the winter. And it was physical demanded because all the stuff you do it manually and it has lots of time. So in 1851 in Maryland, here in the US, Jacob Fossil was a milk dealer, and he has the first full-time manufacturing ice cream. And he understood the process, and he simplified it with the factory, using a different way or different steps to create a product that was available for people in different time, not just during seasons, not just during the winter. And, well, he understood that ice cream production needed three big steps. It has traditional chemical engineering, it needs a product design, and also it was a multi-scale analysis because you need to create process in different stages. So we are there. Actually, nowadays, the manufacturing process of create or made an ice cream has 7 big steps that Mohammed and I are going to explain you. The first one is raw materials and deliveries during storage, then the base mixing, then the homogenization and pasteurization, aging, flavor and freezing, packaging and hardening. Well, I'm going to start with the first and the second steps. The first one is the raw materials and delivery storage, and for create and standard ice cream, just the base, we need these ingredients: 10% milk fat, 6% of non-fat milk solids, 1.4% of egg yolk solids, sugar, and air. This is the base that all the factories need to create an ice cream. And then, when they have all these ingredients in the storage or in the warehouse, they start the process. And the first one is the base of mixing, and it needs an emulsion. And I'm going to explain that because emulsion is a combination of 2 substances that do not normally mix together. So they need to do that mix together. And in this process, the molecular fat is suspended in water sugar, and the ice structure along, and then they create air bubbles, little air bubbles, and these are this air is the base to help create kind of foam with the mix, and this mix then will be added with different ingredients.
So the second step is the mixture of all the ingredients goes through pipes and enters the blender, and it gets mixed it takes 6 to 8 minutes, and after it gets mixed, it goes to a machine called pasteurization. And this machine does it kills bacteria. When you want to make chocolate, you have to put hot water under the chocolate so it can melt. In some desserts, this machine is sort of like this. They put warm water under the cold milk, so the bacteria can be killed. After this step, the mixture goes to the homogenizer, and what it does, it breaks down the fat particles and prevents them from separating from the mixture by using air pressure. So the ice cream gets its uniform texture. The next step is aging, and it consists of cooling and resting to blend flavors. After the homogenizer, the mixture goes back to the pasteurizer, but now it does the opposite thing. Instead of warm water, it flows cold water, so that the mixture cool down and get rest. After this step, the mixture goes to tanks, so the ingredients can mix together and combine together very well. And this step takes for 4 to 8 hours. The next step is flavoring and freezing. First, the mixture goes to a machine or a place called vats, where they use a giant steel paddle that mixes the flavor and the ice cream and the mixture, so it gets the flavor, the various flavors that in ice cream. And then the ice cream goes to a tube that is connected with pipes that contain chemicals, but the chemicals does not touch the mixture. It only helps the tube to get freezing, colder, so that the ice cream be hot. And in this tube also, the ice cream gets whipped up with a tool called dasher or blade. So it takes all the air bubble, and finally packaging. Cartons go under the machine. The cartons go in the holders, and the holders take the cartons under a filler that fills the carton with the ice cream, and at the end they stamp the expiration date and the product code, and they cover it with plastic.
Yeah, even actually one standard machine can package 7 to 90 cartons per hour. with a gallon of ice cream in a regular ice cream factory. And finally, we need the hardening, and because when the product is finishes, it not usually goes directly to the source, so we need to be in storage, and the temperature should be -10 Fahrenheit, and it goes to tonal sets, and the cartons are stored in a refrigeration warehouse, and then are shipped to different retail stores. And of course, during the shipped moment, they will go to well, it's special cars.
The truck,
Yeah,
you
truck.
know, the cargo, I don't know what it's called.
Refrigerated truck?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, in conclusion, nowadays is more easy to create an ice cream. You can do that at home because you can find some small machines in different stores in Target or Walmart, and you can make very easy ice cream at home. But if you think in a big industry, the process is more complex, as you know. And nowadays, the statistics with the American Food Association said that 6% of the whole milk that produced United States go directly to produce ice cream. Thanks.